Oh, about that time. Yes, yes, yes. Reminisce Show carrying the tradition of saying Kofa because we got to go back and collect what was forgotten. And of course, we can't forget about Ubuntu because I am because we are. It's the Reminisce Show, live and direct, man. I go by Logic and I'm here with my brother.
My man is Supreme, living his dreams. What up? What up?
In the
How y'all
dream,
doing,
man.
people?
No doubt, man. Yeah, we're definitely out here vibing. Hip hop is live and well. You know, Christmas came a little early with the snow.
Oh my God. Well, yeah, Christmas. Oh man, the snowstorm tried to do things to people, but man, I had a big day. This I will never forget this snowstorm. I will never forget it. It was a big day. It was a big day for a variety of reasons. But we'll
Okay,
get
well,
into that in a second.
all right, man. Sounds good, man. Sounds goody. But yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
this one,
let's check in. Check in. How you doing? Let's get how you doing, man. Let me
yeah,
know.
yeah, man. Definitely doing better, man. I feel like, and well, let me just say this, man. When it comes to winter weather, I do winter. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like I got my snowsuit,
hate
skating,
it.
all of that.
Hate it.
But this just threw me off, right? Because like mentally, I'm like, okay, snow comes typically towards the end of November. But lately, it's been coming in, like mid-December or something like that, like a major snowfall. So I can't remember or recall the last time we've had this much snow this early in the year. So it just kind of threw me off because it's like the snow on top of like the clock changes and whatnot. So for whatever reason this year, it just hit me where my body literally went into like hibernation mode, where
Mm,
I'm just gonna go under my blanket and do this.
mhm. That's
Like my
for
whole
real.
body
That's for
was just
real.
like, yeah, it just activated. I'm like, yeah, I feel kind of off because I got stuff to do, but everything in my body is telling me to rest.
Mhm.
So, but now I'm a bit adjusted. I lately, I've been trying to really pay attention to the signals my body gives me. So when it's time to rest, I'm going to do that, and now I feel like I'm feeling like myself again. So that's what's up. You know what I mean?
That's
Yeah.
fantastic, yo. Got to definitely follow those signals, man. Yeah, it's amazing what our body never forgets to teach us, and like we just constantly fighting with our brain and our patterns about
That's it.
staying healthy. And so, I love how
Go
some
ahead,
of the
check
fun.
it.
Yeah, but I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm a little sore because on Sunday I did my I won't get into it too much, not to make it too sexy and wild, but I did my world record of pussy eating event on Sunday, and I did it was a goddess worship celebration. It was a celebration of women's pleasure, and we did some epic, fantastic, sexy things. So shout out to Birdhouse and all the people who came. It was great.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that to say, so it was snowing on that day, and I was like, damn, man, I did this big event, and then it snows on the day of my event, but that's all right. We still braved the cold,
Okay.
and leading up to the event, I had my eye on. I was actually at the show with Measure One and Naturally Born Strangers, and
Oh,
um, the Hustle 10-year anniversary.
oh,
So
say
I was
word. Okay.
I was at Revival, and somebody handed me the flyer for the Ari the Rugged Man show, and it was on the same day as my event. So I was like, "Oh," I'm like, "Well, I'm doing my sexy event during the day, but like, I hope I can get
Word.
everything
Yeah,
done
yeah.
and bus over to Ari the Rugged Man." So the thing is, I was also really wanting to go because I looked at the flyer, and it had a bunch of good names on it, but it also said location the Raven 333 and a half Young Street. So I'm like, what the blood clot? Yo,
Like that rings a bell. We know
rings a
about you.
bell. Wait, what? Somebody's
Go
throwing,
ahead,
they're
speak
doing
on it,
rap
man.
shows at 333 Young Street. I'm like, yo, I live in a city long enough to know the value of that address. And like,
Hmm.
that was literally my first job when I was still going to Trebas with in the days of me and Bishop going to school together.
Oh, you
So
work there.
I
I
have
didn't
worked there. That was my
know
first. I
that.
would go from Trebas and go straight to HMV on some shifts sometimes,
Wow.
and so it was wild. And so yeah, I did my event and it finished. And then at like 9:15, I'm biking through the snow and I'm going to Young Street, and I get there in time
On your bike.
on my bike. I was like, yo, man, I'm
Yo,
determined, slowly but
you're
surely grinding.
serious.
So I get there and it's cool. I go in the venue and it's downstairs. So it's all set up in the basement. It's only like a one level thing. So it's in the basement and they've cut like a different spacing of it. Like they shifted the architecture a bit. But I have to note, you look on the ground at a certain spot and they still have an HMV crest with
Oh,
on the ground. That's just one of the like original circles with the original logo on it. Oh,
wow.
I can't even tell you. I took a picture of it and I tell you I was almost shedding tears because I'm like, this means something to me, man.
Yes. Yeah.
like, I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
like, yo,
Yeah.
person who left that knows something about legacy and tradition
Oh
and
man.
and like history. So yeah, man, I am pretty sure I can. It was just fantastic. I got it right here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yo, like I was
HMV
just like,
right there. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was like, damn right. If you're putting a venue, like I'm like, this was a music store. How do you not acknowledge the history of where it is, man? Like, I'm so glad you did. So it was great, and I'm saying sorry. There's so much to say because it was an amazing day. But honestly, that show was really dope. Shout out to everybody who was there. Um, there was enough
That's all
people.
right. And big up righteous.
Big up Righteous. Righteous was there, and like he brought out Ron Nelson. So Ron Nelson got to rock
Mhm.
for a bit, and they rocked together. It was really dope. Ron Nelson dropped some jewels about his history, and
Yeah.
then there was a dude from New York named Mozzie who was sick as hell, man. Like
Okay.
he's a never heard him before, but I will not forget him because he's a really good rapper. And killed it.
Dope.
Killed it.
Dope.
Killed it
Dope.
as like
Dope.
a Latin dude. Who else was on it? Real Seek was on it. Real Seek was on it, and he killed it, man. From
Okay.
Jersey. Who else was on it? Oh, yeah, I'm like it was a pretty big show. Friggin' Citizen Kane and Mathematic also smashed it.
Oh, mathematics. Damn.
Mathematic. I missed Mathematics set, but Citizen Kane brought him back out for a jam, and it was Toronto Magic.
That's
So it
the
was like it was just greatness, like on a whole bunch of people, and um, so all of this is happening, and then Ra the Rugged Man comes out, and it was a fantastic experience because RA, he's just grimy as hell, and he's like old school rapper, so there's no rhyming on no vocals at all.
mm,
100% just murking the beats, old school, hard machine gun rhyming. Um, but the thing I really want to note is that he made it an absolute full 360-degree hip hop experience because
break it down.
he kept doing these things where he was like, "Yo, are there any beatboxers in the crowd? Any beatboxers?" He's like, "Yo, y'all beatboxers? All right, come up, let's rock, let's do something." So there's like one or two people who are beatboxing, and he'd come up and then he'd start ciphering with them, and he's doing stuff off them and
Word.
giving them opportunities to shine. One was this young black dude, like name slips me right now, I can't forget it. He's a super dope homie, and and then this other beatboxer came up, and then later on, he was like doing a show a little later on. He's like, "Yo, are there any? I got this really hype upbeat song. Like any b boys, b girls in the crowd. Y'all want to throw down? Let's throw down." So he like sets up a thing, and then people are just breakdancing in the middle of the
Yeah.
show, and like it's not like everybody who's there. It's like if you have any hip hop energy in you, you get an opportunity to share it with me, like
Uh,
on the main stage with me. Like it was, I'm like, yo, I'm like, the value of what you're doing is it's so fucking dope. Like this is like full on hip hop experience. Like, and like it's like,
I
I'm a
love
super
that, man. I
it
love that.
was dog, it was hitting me in my heart. I was like, yo, this is like everything that like every rap show should be. But like, I'm
Community.
glad
It's
you're just
community.
doing this like right now, just to never forget it. And then there was another part where he's like, I got this crazy hype part. And he's like, we're just gonna do a mosh pit. So then it just was like, even if you can't like rap or sing or whatever, he's like, we can still like body slam, get some energy in. So we did that. And then he had a black woman as his DJ, and she's just killing it the whole time. Had like a DJ segment. She's like, "All right, you're gonna fuck with my DJ Lala," and like DJ Lala got like a
Okay.
DJ segment, killing it. And like I'm like, bro, like you can't. He's like talking about his kids and stuff. I'm
Right.
like, there's nothing wrong here. Like everything is how it should be. This
Yeah.
is what the
Yeah.
culture needs. It was such a fantastic thing Ari the Rugged Man did. And yeah, man, he was just like taking pictures with everyone, like very,
No.
very just it was
Yeah,
just
yo, I definitely love that kind of vibe, and it just reminds me of the essence of hip hop, having community and having it to be inclusive and interactive, so like, crowd participation, doesn't have to be them just a call and response, but crowd participation in various aspects. And I think
it,
that's something
yeah.
that really needs to be, amplified a lot more. Like, I think like, the culture like needs that, so
I
big up,
can't,
big
man. I saw that shit, and I'm like, yo, I want to start just stealing some of these ideas from my shows, like straight up. This is
yeah,
like this. Everybody should be doing this, man. Like, and it was cool because it was really awesome too, because he didn't even really do anything for like the rappers. It's like, yo, like there wasn't like a cipher, which would have been whatever. That's fine, but it's like
yeah.
he didn't do a cipher because, to be honest, like there was like 5, 6 opening acts, so there was
There's
enough
enough. Yeah, yeah,
there was definitely enough rap, and it's like honestly, it was fine that he didn't do like a rap cipher. But he's
yeah,
like, "Yo, all the other art forms are cool, and let's like make this a full hip hop experience." So it
yeah.
was real, like it was just honestly great. I'm saying all that to say, like my body was sore at the end because it was just a lot of body slamming and hardcore hip hop energy all night, and after an amazing day. And yeah, Ari the Rugged Man put it down. So.
Very cool, man. That's what's up, man. Yo, I'm loving that, man. Like, who would you say was like the act that stood out the most? I mean, besides Ari the Rugged, because clearly, like, that seems like the most like interactive though. But anybody else that stood out to you, like performing?
Yeah, I will say I will give the surprise award of the night to that cat Mozzie. To that
Mozzie.
cat, yeah, he's a Latinx cat from Brooklyn, definitely New York, I think Brooklyn. But
Okay.
like, man was just like obviously a student of Big Pun, and just was just a machine
Oh,
gun,
like that.
super lyrical. He's just like, you don't know me, but I'm just gonna come here and rap my fucking head off for my 10 minutes that I got and try to make an impression. And he did leave an impression
He
on me.
made
I
an
just
impression.
yeah, he's just really, really good. Just like East Coast spitter, just blah, blah,
Right.
blah, gun rap, just like not gun raps, but just like busting
Yeah,
punchlines
yeah, yeah. Well,
nonstop.
for the moment you mentioned Big Pun as a reference, that already gets it. And besides, if I'm not mistaken, like it was his birthday either what today or yesterday or I don't know. In the last couple of days, it was his birthday.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, you're right. So shout out to Pun. But yeah, so I'd give it to Mozzie. But the one last quick thing I did want to say is like there was a lot of really cool people in the cut. Um, like I saw Roshan and
Yeah.
Boje, Organic from King of the Dot was there.
Right.
Shout out Organic. And
Peace.
there's just a lot of cool people. Jason Jones from the Oddities was there, and like
What?
also,
Oh,
yeah,
whoa,
yeah, man.
whoa. That just like unlocked. Wow. As soon as you said like oddities, and I remember, yes, man, Jason, man, yo, that dude was fire, yo, back when
Yo, that dude is the
that.
guy, man.
Oh
Jason
my
is a
god.
fucking super triple OG. Like
Wow.
I will
Oh,
not stand for any
oddity.
slander for that. That's a good piece of human right there. He's just an OG. So I saw him there, and he has this company called Igami. And I saw like enough people rocking this really dope gear. So he's like sponsoring. He's got a new company. He's like, yo, it's like a two black guys, 100 miles, Toronto based, black owned company. I'm like, yo,
Okay.
I want some of that. So
We have
it's
to.
really good. It's really good looking stuff. I'm like, I wanted it before I even knew that it was Jason Jones's company. But
Word,
I'm like,
word.
yo, that's my brethren. Okay, now I want it double much.
Right,
So
right.
yeah, so all of that was happening. It was cool. But saying all this to say, Ron Nelson was like, yo, there's someone special in the crowd. And he actually shouted out Michelle Geister. So Michelle got to
Oh
come
yeah.
up. Yeah, Michelle was here for a second and got to big up Jamaica for a minute and just was like,
Right.
yo, be careful with like, we got to try to keep sending stuff, but like, be careful what money, like keep it to the independent organizations and stuff and
Yes.
watch out for the scammers. So we're going to try to help rebuild Jamaica. So
That's peace, man. That's peace.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
that's incredible vibe, man. That's all hip hop right there. Bringing
yeah.
awareness. elevating consciousness, giving back to community.
Yeah.
I love it, man. I love it. I'm sorry I wasn't able to make it that day, you know what I'm saying? But I'm glad you're there to represent, and big up to everybody involved, keeping hip hop alive. And this kind of goes into like what we were talking about, as how like, hip hop, like the stigma of hip hop being, only made for young folks, and if you're an old head, your time is up. It's like we're seeing, like a new like revival of artists is really, representing. And for me, like, it's beautiful to see. Like, as I mentioned many times, man, like I want to see hip hop get to the point where we're seeing 80-year-olds, you know what I mean? Like Rakim, 80, going on stage with his cane, 90 in a wheelchair, you know what I mean? Still a hip, a hippie. Like,
Yep. Yep.
I need it.
You're
I need
absolutely
to
right.
witness
You're
that.
absolutely you're so right. And I'm glad you reminded me of that, because I definitely want to note a very special thing that Ron Nelson did. I never heard of this forever, but when Ron Nelson came out, he was like, yo, I'm the rapper who started 40 years too late, but yo, shout out me. I'm 63 right now, and I'm out here having fun, rocking the mic, just doing my thing because I love hip hop and I am hip hop. And he's like, I'm gonna rock from from 60 till 70, and when I'm 70, I'm done. I've had my time on the mic, but I'm just gonna rock for these next 10 years. And I was like, I never heard that that's what he wants to
Just
do,
like a
but
specific,
that's
like,
amazing. I love that I salute that. And like, I mean, Ron's a legend anyways. He could do whatever he wants, and like, it's just really dope that he's just
and you know what,
doing it
like,
for the love.
well, that's my thing. Like, I've seen, some of his videos, because I follow him on IG and whatnot, and some of his stuff will come up my timeline, and it just seems like he's just having fun with it. You know what I mean? And I think that's something that's often forgotten about. Like, hip hop has gotten so serious and so like performative, where we forgot about the just having fun elements.
Yeah,
It's like, I'm doing this because it feels good to me. If you like it, cool. If you don't, cool. I'm doing it because I like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the essence. We got to get away from this like performative, vibe. Like, that's what's killing the culture, man. So big up to Ron for following his dreams and just representing, man. That's it.
yeah. Because Ron's rap isn't going to change the world, but I love that Ron is making. What I love about Ron's rap is 100%. It's his voice, his style, his
Yeah.
story, his life. He's like, I ain't trying to follow nobody. I'm making music that mean like it's just because I want to make music. And I'm like, honestly, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't need to hear everybody being Rakim. It's
Yeah.
actually kind of refreshing to once in a while hear just like a
Yeah.
working musician who's just
Yeah.
like, yo, I've got a simple, straightforward story. I'm not trying to be Pharaoh Monch. I'm not trying to be like Rascast.
100.
It's all good. Yeah, it's like, yo, there needs to be the diversity of everybody. And Ron is just like honest. It's hip hop should be folk music, community music, and it's
You
just
you just nailed it right there, man. It's just honest,
yeah,
and authentic.
yep,
It doesn't have to
authentic,
be
yep,
like super polished or whatnot. It just has to be, real. And yeah, just to your point, like having that diversity, where it's just, yeah, people are just expressing themselves. Like, we need more spaces. And also too, like how much courage it takes, for, like you say, like a working artist to, craft their art, rehearse, practice, and then to perform it in front of an audience. Like, I don't think people really understand like the mechanics that come with that, like the confidence that comes with that. There's so many artists who have made music, stuff like that, and don't feel as confident to like perform, so it takes a lot of like courage and just to put yourself out there, so I definitely big up all artists. And with the rise of like AI and all kinds of things, I think we're going to be seeing, or there's going to be like a lane for what I coined as like organic music, where
yeah,
people are gonna be like, hey, I wrote this myself.
yeah,
No AI, like
100%. Yeah, no AI touched from the beat to the studio to the everything to the video. 100%
and
organic. Every word on this is organic.
yeah,
Run it through a filter. Run it through an app. I promise this is all human stuff.
it just, as you're talking about, how people do the people do like
The chain
the time
test.
between.
Yes,
So like
yes.
that determined that I was a lie. And, like,
This song is 30%. You said it was real. Yo, son, yo, this chorus is AI. Yo, that's so
yo,
real. Yo,
But
that's
real
real
talk though,
good.
like, but like to your point of him saying, like, it's his voice, his story. And I don't think people really understand the power of that. To own your voice, your lyrics, your story, and to put it out there. What I mean? That's it. And I don't mean to
That's it.
sound like morbid or whatnot, but like when we transition, like this is what's going to remain. And like
That's
I
it.
don't know about y'all, man. Like I want to be, if I'm putting out music, I want it to be my own voice. I don't want to have something else that's perceived, but it's like, no, I actually wrote that these are my emotions in that moment in time that I'm putting out here. That's my offering to the world.
Yep. Yeah. And like that'll last longer than anybody who's trying to be the next Drake or the next Lil Wayne or the next Nicki Minaj. All of y'all want to be clones ain't gonna echo to anybody because all those people already exist. But
Yeah,
Ron Nelson is a one of one. Doesn't even matter that he's not rhyming on Drake's level of lyricism.
yeah,
His story is his own story, and Ron did things that Drake never did, and Drake did things that Ron never did, and they both coexist and are both part of the Toronto story. And I'm just happy for Ron. Like I it's such a like
well,
it's an honor, like respect, salute, triple OG thing.
yeah. Like, well, think about it. I mean, what what artist has declared or came out to say like they've started rapping in their 60s? I'm trying to
Yeah,
think. Like, I like that alone is already a unique story, and to me, like that's the essence of hip hop. And you got to be original. You're not. It's not a follow fashion thing, even though that's kind of where the direction has gone. But the
yeah,
fact that he's like, I'm in my 60s, people would look at that and be like, oh man, this guy, it's like the end of the road or whatever. But he's still finding new inspiration and finding ways to be creative and to feel alive. So, hey
yeah.
man, like I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it.
That's it. And the thing is, it's not even nobody's ever really done unless you stop because it's like
Yeah.
like there's the industry and then there's the culture and the community. And
Uh,
like just because the industry barely even exists and fuck them blood clots anyways. And it's like it's like saying our music isn't dope because it never won a Grammy. I'm like, yo, Bob Marley, Jimi Hendrix, MF Doom, all these people never won no Grammys. We're all like, they're all amazing legends. Like, fuck, you
Yup.
don't need money and super recognition, whatever. If you're doing your thing, you're doing your thing.
Big
Period.
fact.
And
Big
like
fact.
that's the end of the story, the end of the truth. So like those who get to see it get to witness it, and yeah, and yo, like let the rest of the chips fall where they may. So it's dope that he's like, I'm not doing this for recognition or whatever. I'm doing it. When I'm done doing it, I'm done, and life moves on. So yeah, and like it being in the HMV building was dope. There was
Oh,
so many historical moments. There was like, as you were saying, like cats in a wheelchair. There was even a wheelchair cat in the crowd who was rocking out with Ari the Rugged Man, and like
yeah.
it was a really special night. It was a really important night, and I was
Mhm.
happy that it was there. And there's a bunch of stuff going on though. As there's a bit of a there's a bit of a bombshell since I talked to you literally like when we were having our
Breaking news on the Reminisce
breaking
Show. Like,
breaking news to me, like, and it's
what happened, bro?
massive,
Uh-oh. What
massive
we got?
breaking news. So
Ready.
wow,
I'm ready. I
I don't know if
don't know if it
I
can.
don't know if you can
Nah,
see it. Okay, well.
we got the clear screen there. Yeah.
Questlove teases posthumous D'Angelo album weeks after artist's death.
Oh,
So on November 7th, Questlove was in an interview with Vibe magazine or something, and
okay.
they said, hey, is there going to be a posthumous D'Angelo album? And Questlove's answer was, you'll see soon.
You'll see soon. Okay.
And
Okay.
then he says it's always the sound of yesterday, but for the future. This record is no different. So he has, and this is the official release. Questlove announced during a November 8th, 2025 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame interview that a posthumous album from D'Angelo is forthcoming. The project draws from the late singer's unfinished tracks, blending his retro-futuristic neo-soul style with Questlove leading production alongside D'Angelo's bandmates and possibly Raphael Sadiq.
Oh, I love me
So
some Raphael Sadiq, man. Like boy's too smooth, man. Too
yeah, 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 exactly. And Raphael worked with him before, so this ain't like they're family anyways. Everybody knows that. But I mean, it's I don't like it's technically a posthumous album, but at the like it will be because obviously D'Angelo's not here. But like
yeah.
it's not. Some people are. I mean, some people are like, "Yo." I mean, they've said an interesting thing. Some people are like, "Yo, I kind of don't want it because his 3 albums are kind of perfect as it is right now."
Right, right.
And they're kind of true, even though 3 albums is not much. It's kind of like a
But
basically a Biggie Smalls career.
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
but like but like and like there are three like the last album ends with a song called Another Life, and it sounds like kind of like a going to heaven song. It really
Right.
does on the
Okay.
Black Messiah out. Like it really kind of sounds
Wow.
like we didn't think that that was going to be the last song he'd ever make in 2014 because that's when it came out. But like it kind of, as you hear it, it's like this is a good kind of song to end a career on and whatever. Like that, I'm not gonna lie, that is true. And like I can't hear that song without crying. But
Powerful.
at the same time, like I tweeted 3 times this year during the year. I'm like, the world's going to shit. It's been about 10 years. We're due for a new D'Angelo album.
Wow.
And I'm like, I was talking about
Wow.
it, and I'm like, I've followed this artist for 30 years, and I'm like, I know his process is to take a long time. And
Yes.
the last album came out in 2014, so it's like it's he's probably working on some things. There probably is some songs, and a lot of people are suggesting they're like, well, Questlove also did have an interview in Rolling Stone just like a month ago, and where he's like, "Yo, I'm going to talk about like my last conversations with D'Angelo and whatever." And
Yeah.
he goes, "Why does this feel like this song is the last time I'll ever play this with him?" He said stuff like that.
Wow.
Questlove they didn't talk about an album, but Questlove was like, D'Angelo knew that his time was coming, and like the pancreatic cancer, he was
Okay.
declining.
Yeah.
He couldn't hold his guitar anymore. He was
Right.
sitting at the keys because he's like, this
Yeah.
hurts. So all of that to say, like, it's not inconceivable that it's like he was like, "Yo, Questlove, can you take the whatever songs that we got and put out one more thing?" Like
Right.
that's not like it's not crazy to think that, and it looks like that might be what happened. Is what
Right.
like
Right. Right.
so.
Yeah, especially if when artists know that they're passing, you may want to prepare certain things and keep the essence alive. So yeah, well,
Mhm.
I'm looking forward to that, man. That's always good news, man. Breaking news, man, right here on the Reminisce Show. You know,
Yeah, this is crazy, yo. This is a
yeah.
dream. Like, woof. I wasn't
Well,
sure if it was gonna happen, but like, wow, looks
yeah.
like it might.
Well, speaking of dreams, something that I've envisioned for a long time, I always question, which is Outkast being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That was
Yeah,
something I was like, they that should have happened a long time ago. But hey,
yeah,
all good. It's okay. It's okay. I'm glad to see them representing and just seeing Andre and Big Boy and the whole Dungeon family and all extended family on stage together, and it's just a beautiful thing to see. And I don't know,
yeah.
like maybe I'm getting excited, but I'm like maybe, just maybe, we might get one more Outcast album just because. Like just I don't know. I don't know. Like maybe, maybe this
Mm.
rock and roll and this be on stage and feeling the vibe and reminiscing and all that kind of stuff might bring some. Maybe Andre would be like, hey, you know what? I think I got another album in me. I think I'm inspired. I think I'm ready to rap now. Because I know for him, like it's a vibe thing. Which I'm just hoping for. And hey, you know what? Honestly, if he wants to put out another Flute album, I'm cool with that too. You know what I'm saying? But like I think the two of them together, man, just coming through, like, yeah, like Andre with his grays and all that. I'm like, this is what I'm talking about, man. We need to see hip hop grow. People
Man,
don't get cut so short. Like,
Andre can't have ignored the fact that this year is one of the greatest. It's probably the greatest year of the decade, and it's because all of these older artists are just destroying the game, just dropping
reminisce.
gold, just gold. Slick Rick, Ghostface, Raekwon, Nas, De La Soul, like so many, like the Clips. The Clips
Yeah,
are 48 and 52, 53.
I
Like
love
Ghostface is 53. Black Thought is dropping more stuff. Black Thought's 55, like 54, and Nas is 50. Like all of, age ain't nothing but a number. Chi Ali told you, Aaliyah told you, like, like,
it.
and
Keep
like these
going.
cats are yeah, I somebody actually sent me some brand new KRS-One stuff, man, like that he recorded this year. It was great.
I
It
mean,
was like
I
it's from
expect
like a
KRS
week ago.
like out of all like KRS is like super consistent with them, and dude is always
Yeah,
rapping, freestyling. Like I expect him that. I expect him to periodically hear a new KRS-One record.
yeah, yeah, and it wasn't even trying to advance the art form or anything. It was just a beat and a rap, like a bass line and some drums, and just
Just that
KRS-One
boom bap.
freestyling
That's it.
over it and just spitting. And he was in the studio. It looked like he recorded it 2 weeks ago. And he's like,
Yeah,
I still got it. I can just rip a beat anytime. Trust. Like,
we
yeah,
see him
exactly. He's
doing
like,
that.
there's no chorus. This ain't a song. It's just like, if you thought that I couldn't still rap at the age of 50, whatever, you
Yeah,
wrong. I'm here
that's it.
still eating mics. Yeah.
That's
And you're
it, man. That's
like,
what's
all
up.
right, that's what I expect to hear.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
big up to
So
everyone on that, man.
yeah.
Well, some other stuff like in hip hop, you know, we were talking about, Max B release and
Oh
whatnot.
yeah.
Like, I don't have much information on that, but I know that social media was going nuts. French Montana's super excited about that, and Max B is doing his rounds, doing performances, photo ops, all that, and living the dream, living the life. I saw earlier today there was a clip of him. I guess like he proposed to his longstanding girlfriend, and you
Yeah.
know, and people were kind of like clowning him because like he didn't get on one knee. He's like she was just like sitting beside him, like at some like table or whatever. He just kind of pulled the ring and put it on and was like, yeah, we cool, like. So it wasn't this whole like, dramatic kind of thing. I don't know. Maybe it's like a man them kind of vibe. I don't know what was happening there, but anyways, big up to him on that front. I know there's a lot of politics surrounding whatever, but yeah, hip hop, it's hip hop.
It's hip hop. And like, I mean, yeah, that's kind of silly because yeah, everybody has their own rituals and stuff. And as long as, I mean, if she said yes, then I guess she liked it enough. Like,
Yeah,
where like that was the wavelength that, like, that's what matters most. He
yeah,
doesn't need our approval to be like, oh, we disapprove of your your proposal ceremony. Like, bro, like, I've heard of like more ghetto versions of doing that. And she was just like, yo, I fucks with it. And yeah,
yeah.
like, like, as long as they're both happy, that's cool. And I thought it was cool for her. I'm like, yo, that's cool. Like, after 16 years of being in jail and like you get out and like you want to like have a relationship, that's like, we're at peace to that. And
16 years, eh? Word.
yeah, 16 years in the Bing. Yeah,
That's
the
pretty
case
crazy.
was yeah, it sounded a little grimy. It sounded like
Yeah.
he deserved being there, like, it's do the crime, do the time kind of thing.
Right,
But
right, right.
so he did it. But yeah, man, yeah, Jim Jones and him aren't cool because apparently the word on the street is that Jim Jones kind of jacked him for his publishing. That's the reason that they have beef.
Oh,
I don't know if it's all of his publishing, but some of his
oh,
publishing
damn.
apparently Jim Jones has kind of did the Diddy thing to
Oh
the
man,
left.
did a
Yeah,
diddy bop.
yeah, did the Diddy jack. So yeah, so Max B apparently. And also some people are also saying there was also some swagger jacking. They said that
Oh,
they're like, oh, you can hear Max B's like style and flow on some of these Jim Jones songs, but Jim Jones never really gave him credit for it. But whatever, that's just those are what some of the allegedly the streets are saying, rumors and whatnot. But yeah. I mean, I did see. I don't. It was weird. It was Jim Jones laying in his bed, and somebody's like, hey. So Max B is out. How you doing? How do you feel about that? And Jim
yeah,
Jones is like, fuck that. I was like, oh, that's rough.
that's it.
Like, oh, that's rough.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah, man. Mash up, man. Mash up.
Yeah.
Um, on another note, some of the
Yes.
concerts and stuff that's coming up in Toronto. We did get wind of 50 Cent is going to be in Toronto at Rebel in December. Can't remember the exact dates. I think it's like, I'm not even going to guess, but anyway, y'all can look it up. 50 Cent's going to be here in December. Also, Lauren Hill is going to be here in December.
Oh wow.
What are you going to say it like that? What are you going to say it like that? No, 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 no. You got to unpack that, man. What is
Yeah,
that?
I'm good. I'm good.
Huh?
I'm in double digits with Lauryn Hill experiences, and most of them have been painful.
Oh,
Most of them, with all, I mean, with all due respect and all due disrespect, I will say it like that. Yeah, because like Lauren, um, I
go ahead.
mean, nobody's quite made this parallel. Maybe this is a hot take, but I'm gonna say it. Like Lauren is kind of, I mean, not 100%, but to a certain degree, she's kind of turned into a female Kanye. And I
Ooh,
mean, she's not making as many problematic statements, but some of her behavior is actually unacceptable. And her concert behavior has been unacceptable for a long time. And a lot of people know it, but it's just like, what can you do? Because she's a legend, and yeah, she's got a classic album.
I wonder if some of her behavior might be like mental health related. I know that's a general kind of thing or whatever, but for me, like when I see, kind of like erratic behavior or people just kind of acting like that's kind of like my go to. Instead of just writing people off, it's like, oh, this guy's just being an asshole or whatever. But it's like, okay, maybe there's something, underneath that's happening.
Oh, absolutely. And I don't exactly know what it is, but I think it hasn't quite been fully diagnosed or even fully acknowledged by her. Um, and it has evolved over the years. I take full responsibility for what I say. I could be wrong, I could be right, but I am speaking from my heart and my own experiences. And I'm speaking from multiple experiences because I've been to at least 11 Lauryn Hill concerts.
Oh, man.
I've been paid to write some of these reviews, and I have a review where one time Lauren opened up for, or Nas opened for Lauren at the amphitheater, and
Okay.
that was one of the turning points for me because it was so damn weird. Nas performs, and then there was like an hour gap between Nas and Lauryn Hill. It was the most unprofessional thing I'd ever seen. It was like two superstar headliners, and
Right.
there was literally like a full hour, maybe even a little longer before Lauren came out. And everyone's just it's the Molson Amphitheater. Like it's not
Right.
some, yeah,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
like, yo, you don't do this. You do 10, 15 minutes to switch over, whatever. These are headliner superstars.
Yeah.
Everyone's paid, people have paid hundreds, thousands of dollars for these tickets.
Yeah.
So it was a massive space. Lauren comes out, and I'll never forget, she had spent most of the concert looking backwards, pointing at her band, telling them to switch up, slow down, cut off, doing all these very strangely unprofessional things. And her energy was so erratic that
Right.
I actually was, at the time, I was like, I take full responsibility for this, but I was like, I think that she is suffering from an addiction to a chemical drug. It seems like coke. I don't know, but she
Mhm.
is incredibly erratic and doesn't look, this is uncomfortable and weird. And I'm like, I could be
Wow.
wrong, but
Yeah.
so I wrote that at the time. And I've seen her a bunch of times since, and most of the times they've been disappointing and weird. It hasn't always been that erratic, but it's always been often very strange and weird. And
Yeah.
her connection to the crowd is weird. Her remixing of her songs are weird. Her stage presence is weird. What her makeup is weird. Sometimes it's kind of clown like, and I don't know. And like, I don't know if it's ego
Right.
insanity like Kanye West or mental health like Kanye West. But like,
Well, yeah.
that's why
Yeah.
I agree. I agree with you. Yeah, there's these possibilities,
Yeah.
and unfortunately, exactly like Kanye West, when some of these people get to a level of fame and power, it's difficult for anybody to talk to them.
That is true. That is true. Yeah, we definitely seen that. I will say I did see Lauren for the Fuji's reunion at Scotiabank Arena a couple of years ago, and I mean it's a different context because like Wyclef is there, and her son was there and whatnot. So there was a bit of like a structure, and I know that Wyclef really took the lead on that, just keeping things going forward. He was like in the crowd interacting and moving all around and just kind of like really keeping the energy going. And I feel someone like Lauren Hill needs that, like needs just someone as like an anchor around. So it kind of takes away that pressure for her, just having to take the reins of a lot, because like you said, like she gets irritated, and it becomes visible. Like, you see that I've seen her a couple times as well, including at the Massey Hallway where she's going to be. And yeah, there's moments where she,
Oh, it's at Massey?
that Massey. Yeah. And for that type of venue for Lauren Hill, I think that works. It's small. It's not like it's not Scotiabank Arena, but it's like a seated, theater style, venue space, which is great. We saw Andre 3000 there, playing his flute and all that good stuff. So, but hey, look, I hope that this session goes well and she's doing her thing and it's just nothing but love. But yeah, it's gets a little tricky sometimes.
I got love for her, and I wish her the best. Absolutely, but the thing is, at a certain point, there's no excusing certain behavior when it comes to performing on stage, and some of the behavior has been, kind of problematic, a little questionable, confusing. And honestly, like kind of disrespectful to the audience a bit. So
for sure,
like I'm just noting it, and then, like I'm giving space for, if she's got mental health issues, I really want her to get that taken care of and get what she needs, and heal.
Yeah.
And if it's just egotism, then it's like, yo, then check that too. Because like Kanye West, literally right now, did you see him? I mean, not that I mean, so many people have kind of written him off. Nobody gives a fuck, and barely made any news cycle. But I just saw Kanye West right now, like 3 or 4 days ago. He was sitting in front of a couple rabbis, and he was like, "Yo," I'm trying to atone for some of the things that I've done. So, yeah, he was just like apologizing for some of his, slandering Jews and stuff. Like he was doing it this week. So. Barely anybody pays attention because people are just like, we're so done paying attention to everything you're doing, Kanye. Like
nobody even cares anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Nobody.
he's done that a couple times. Like
exactly that.
Or back and forth. It's just like, and apparently that same rabbi, was also seen with LeBron. I think LeBron was at some like bar mitzvah and was like holding hands with the rabbi, and I always thought that was like a little strange. It's just like,
Oh, right.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have enough information and context to really, have an opinion. But just from like an optic perspective, I was like, that's interesting. It's interesting.
You're right. It is. That's
peculiar. Like, why that rabbi in particular? I'm sure there's like many Jews, but like, why that? Like, anyways, maybe something to research to see like what's that particular rabbi's like significance. I don't know. Maybe he holds certain status, power. I don't know. But yeah, that clip was definitely interesting, and him recognizing his mental health stuff, bipolar, and yeah, all of that. But I don't know, like I haven't seen anybody that really like even speak on it, or whatever. Like I saw a clip or whatever, it was just kind of just keep it moving.
Yeah, same here. I didn't even check it out for 10 seconds. I just saw a couple pictures of it, and I didn't listen to anything he had to say about it because no, it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah. Well, hey man, like, hip hop, man. What can I say, man? We got the full wide like spectrum, man. There's just so much going on. so much moving, man. But hey, we just got to remember the essence of the culture, man. The foundations. Keep
Mm-hmm.
building, keep building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else coming up? I know, we mentioned, got to big up Shad came, and hopefully we can get him on here at some point. I know his show is in February, and some things coming up. Of course, Raekwon, Mob Deep, going to be here in Toronto as well, which is also exciting. So, I want to make sure. I would love to, get some interviews, with Havoc and whoever else is going to be around, man. Rapper Noid would be pretty cool to sit down with, and just to kind of speak to him in the context of him filling the shoes, like for Prodigy and all of that. You know what I mean? So yeah, man.
That would be a
Want
fantastic
speak it
conversation
into
for
existence, man. Speak into
you. Mm-hmm.
existence. Got to get it.
Would so love to talk to Havoc and Noid. Mm. I I done a Raekwon interview probably about. It was actually for. Was it for Big Apple? It might have been for Big Apple. Shout
Okay.
out Big Apple, anyways. But mm, I did a Raekwon interview for the Cuban Links 2 album. So
Okay. That's
mm,
dope.
yeah, it was a long time ago. So I mean, when I see Raekwon, it's good energy for sure. He definitely remembers me. But hope if we can get a new one, that would be great.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That
No
new
doubt.
album is good. Mm.
Well, I'm ready for it, man. So like, looks like December has some hip hop coming through. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So looking out for that. On another slightly another no, I just saw this article saying that Drake has become the first artist in Spotify history to surpass 120 billion streams.
It's a lot of listens.
That's a lot of listens.
I am, man. First in history. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just him and Michael Jackson. It's just them at the top, basically.
Yeah, that's it. And you know what? Anywhere that I've traveled, whether it's like in the Caribbean or even parts of Africa, like Drake gets spins, like he really does.
Mm-hmm.
He really does, like he is really is like his music is really out there.
No, he is. Yeah, man. He's just he's a monolith. He's a force. He's a force.
Yeah. Speaking of which, on another note, there's
Oh shit! Though I just really
what?
quickly want to say that damn album got delayed, and it's like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
supposed to be out on Halloween. I don't know. I like. I don't know if it was because of those kids. That did you hear about those kids who said that they got all the
oh, they
whole
got
album
it.
and they were leaking it? I mean,
Oh,
I only listened to one of the songs, but there was like 3 kids driving around in a car, and they're like, "We got Drake's whole Iceman album right here. We're playing a bunch of songs." So they played a brand new song I'd never heard before. I was like, "Oh, these kids definitely got something." And they were like, "We're gonna leak a new song every day, and it's gonna come out before October
yeah,
31st." And people were like, "These kids are begging for a lawsuit. Like this is gonna, like this is." Yeah, yeah, like this is like an actual lawsuit. Like Drake
yeah,
can really
yeah.
come after you for this, and like ever since then, I
It's been
thought the
quiet.
album was it was supposed to come out on Halloween with the Iceman theme, but it didn't.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
like I don't know what the updates are on it. I'm kind of looking around, but I only heard academics say something like it's still coming soon, but nothing
Yeah.
else.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, in the meantime, while that's happening, Drake did have a feature on local TV series called what's it called, like The Movers, which is on uh
Oh wow, did he?
Yeah,
He was on Office Movers.
he did. Yeah, yeah, he did like little cameo appearance and whatnot, little skit interaction. I saw some stuff online. It's all right. It's all right. I really, you know what? I actually want to see Drake do more like acting. I can really, I can see him doing, one of those like, blockbuster type films. You know what I'm saying? Like, like Hero's Journey type of quest movies, or anything that's like drama or even comedy too, because like he does have that comedic elements when he's locked in like that. So I think
He
I think
does.
I think the acting lane would be really, really interesting to see like what he does. And because like he's ran laps around music and creation and whatever. It's like, and I'm sure that he wants to be challenged in different ways, and it's kind of like his own Sankofa vibe, going right back to like the roots, because he has it in him. So I think it'll be
He has
really
it in him, and it's another dimension of expression, and
that's
like
it.
he really is good at it. Like, I mean, I think he's really on some Tupac shit. Like, I mean, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna compare him to Tupac as yet because he hasn't shown like that acting range, and Tupac made some
yeah,
acting sacrifices that Drake hasn't made yet. But I believe that the potential is possible.
yeah.
Just comparing it to cats like Big Boy and Ti, and
Right.
there have been a lot of really like Ludacris. Like Ludacris is
Yes. Yeah.
50 Cent, Ice Cube. Like, yo, there's been some legendary fucking rappers who are like, I actually am a really good
Yeah.
actor
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
And like, give me opportunity. Queen Latifah, like, yo, like,
Yep.
give them
Yep. Yep.
opportunities to show their range. RZA, I'm like, yo, like, it's there. And
All
like,
of
and it's like, there's no reason why Drake, like 50 Cent, obviously, we keep talking about 50. 50's like, 50 might be a better actor than he is a rapper. And like, he's a good ass rapper, but
true
I
indeed.
mean, he might be a better businessman than all of that, but whatever. Like, but
Yeah.
like Drake really, really should like dip into that because man, he's like, well, it's not turning never too late, but like, hey, you're 39, and before you don't even want to do as much as you could do, like,
Yeah. Yeah. True indeed.
unless you want to like, it's your next chapter, and then you want to like go hard on acting for the next 10, 20 years, you could sure do that, but yeah, no, I'm
Yeah.
with you. I'm with you, and I'm saying all that to say, him being on Office Movers is funny because if I remember correctly, like the Office Movers people are the people from the Goon Scrap DVD.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So it's really comedic, really Toronto centric. So like the slang and just like just the energy. It's pure Toronto. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
definitely a vibe. So salute to them for even just getting that deal with Crave and being on streaming platforms and all that stuff. You know what I mean? But you mentioned 50 Cent, and you brought to my attention that Power is back.
it's back
Force. And it came out like last Friday. So I'm
on
like this
Friday.
whole
Yeah, on
time.
the 7th. Yeah,
I'm like, you mean during like the snowfall and all that when I was just in hibernation mode, that would have been the perfect thing to watch. That would have just made my evening. But guess what? I'm gonna, you know what? After our live here, man, I'm gonna give some time to that because I'm a big fan of like the Power series and how they've been able to like really get a chokehold on culture. I was like, man, I've been waiting. I was like, yo, when is this coming out? Like, what's happening? So it's good. It's good, man. It's good.
the crack is back. Chicago is crack is back. It's Tommy flavored crack. That's
Hey, man.
50 was just serving us different vials. I got your 80s crack. I got your
It's
Tariq crack. I
crazy,
got
man.
your Tommy crack.
Yeah, man.
I'm like, oh, I'll take whatever. What are you serving this week? I'll
What do
take
you
it.
got? What do you got?
What you got? What you got? We don't care. We'll
Yeah,
take it.
yeah,
Any
yeah.
flavor. But yeah, no, it's good. It's good. And this is the final season of this show until after this show, Tommy and Tariq team up, and that's the next
Right.
show.
That's after.
That's
Well,
gonna
hey,
be
I saw the fact they've been able to like really template that like Marvel universe kind of vibe and make the Power universe and spin-offs and that are actually dope. Like I don't think I've seen
actually dope.
any one of them that I'm just like, yeah, this isn't really hitting.
Yeah,
Like every one of them, it was great in their own right. Like the actors, storylines, the way how it's filmed, camera angles, all that. Because I like to look at all the all the different perspectives and yo, man, it's really doing it, man. It's doing it.
yeah,
I'm
and
here
I
for
really I gotta salute 50 for real for being like Kanon was a like kind of a part of the core of it, but not the full core,
it.
and he he died seasons ago, and then
Yeah,
like his voice is a really good guide, and like like the
yeah,
metaphor is apt for him to be like a ghost for,
yeah,
and he can still be a narrator, and it still makes perfect sense, and he's still involved, and he's not
Yeah.
acting.
Yeah.
And it's like parallels him just being like a boss and moving up. He's like,
Yeah.
yo, man, I ain't got time to act on this show. I'm just like hiring people for the next season for it.
Facts.
And then like you just hear my voice in a voiceover, and it just makes perfect sense. It's all just genius shit.
Yeah, like from a 50 Cent perspective, man, like he can probably do like the whole season in one day. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm just gonna do my voiceovers, record this, whatever, just bang them out in a couple hours, and then that's it. I don't have to think about it. It's already done. You know that the editors, the producers, they can all do their thing. You know, so it
What?
definitely works in his favor. That's smart, which keeps him in there. And I love the fact that thought his songs are like the intros, and the songs are fire, man. They work really well. You know, and
So good.
so the way how he's been able to like insert himself, genius business move, man, genius.
Genius business move, better than almost anybody because there's no real parallel. Like a couple people had little bits of it, and like Rockefeller made a couple movies, Master P made some movies. Ice Cube's done some Hollywood stuff, but Ice Cube's Hollywood trajectory is different now,
Yeah,
and like, Ice Cube never really like made TV, did he? I don't even. Ice Cube never made TV shows like that. So
not like that. He might have
yes,
hands on certain things, but not nothing like of this degree.
yeah. So 50's doing something that nobody ever did, and the success, like, man, he's doing something nobody in hip hop ever did, and like kind of nobody in acting and Hollywood ever did either.
Mm.
Because his universe is in some ways better than the Marvel universe. Marvel obviously is making more money, but Marvel is not nearly as consistent, and the connections aren't nearly as organic and like authentic. Because all of this shit seems, it's just like so tightly done,
It's so
and
tight.
everyone like it's just it seems like the only reason it's not like evolving faster is because Stars doesn't want, like, it could go on. There's enough characters. He's like, yo, I could do this. We could do this for 20 seasons, for like all year for 20
Yeah,
seasons. They're like, we ain't gonna give you that much money and power. Are you crazy? Like, we gonna slow it down. Like, he's like always fighting with Stars to get more seasons, and they're like,
yeah,
nah, slow down. Like, why?
yeah. Well, I wonder if there's an opportunity to go to another stream platform. I don't know like what the agreements are with the contracts and but I'm sure 50 Cent will figure out something, man. Like he's definitely, going to keep the boat afloat, man. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, he
Yeah,
was kind of, yeah. He had this funny little clip where it was kind of grimy, but 50 does grimy little shit like this.
yeah,
He was like, he was driving, and there was that storm happening, and he's like, the airports are all shut down in America, and there was like an airport full of mad people, hundreds of people, and he's like driving by it, and he's like, nah, he's like, yo, man, you can't go to no regular airport. If you want to move, this is the only way to move. And he pans over his phone, and he's like walking on a private airport with 3 different private airplanes. He's like,
yeah.
gotta get you one of these. This is the only way to move. I'm like, 50, bro. Come on, son. Rubbing it in all their faces. How many of us got 3 private planes?
Ah, man, 50, man. Word, bro, word.
Yeah,
I know, man. Anything else, man? You want to add on? Anything else we have not discussed as yet? Because I know there's always stuff, man, popping up, man. Things happening.
yeah, not really. No, that's about
Definitely
it.
covered a lot. We definitely covered a lot today, for sure.
We hit a lot. We hit a lot. Yeah, I think that's about it. Just go to end there. It's been a good day. It's been good chopping it up with you. Shout out to all the people who came to my event, and shout out to that HMV event, and shout out to Jamaica. How about that?
Yeah, man, Jamaica forever, man. Yeah.
Jamaica forever, yeah.
Anybody who wants to donate, please find the local people on the ground. If you go on Instagram, social media platforms, you can find a lot.
Yeah.
Some of these larger organizations, I'm not sure if things get to the right people, and you know what I'm saying? Like, and I know that's the easiest way. So it's like, hey, but there's a lot of, nonprofits and grassroots organizations on the ground that are doing the work. So please do your research, use discernment. But yes, man, keep Jamaica in the hearts, man. Jamaica has given so much to this world, so much to the planet, man. It's time for us to give back.
Have to give back because yes,
Yeah,
it was. Yeah, I've seen some of the footage is really heartbreaking. It was really looks like
Yeah,
devastation, Armageddon, and
yeah.
it was actually the very worst hurricane to hit it in the history of the of.
Oh yes, exactly. Yeah,
So like, yeah, yo, Jamaica, we love you, and we going just, it's gonna be a long time rebuilding. It's not just a one-time thing. So there's just gonna be consistent efforts and consistent care given from
yeah.
now 2026 and keep going.
True indeed.
But yeah,
That's what's up, man. All right, so we're gonna sign off like that. You know what I mean? Peace to everyone who passed through. Enough love. We do this every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time live, man. Reminisce Show. I go by Logic, and I'm here with my brother.
Mind Bend the Supreme. What up?
Yeah, man. That's it, man. So we're gonna sign off like that. Peace to everybody.